Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, how are you? Welcome back to English class with Miss Devi. This is our second time meeting through online platform or YouTube. So, as a quick review, we have learned about formal invitations in the previous meeting in the previous video, and most of you already done your tasks. I just want to say thank you and well done. So today's lesson we are going to learn about analytical exposition text. Well, have you ever heard that before? As a brief explanation about this text, is a scientific text, one kind of scientific text that to evaluate an issue or topic critically, which focuses on one side of arguments. Well, what do you mean about one side of argument, Miss? That's a good question. This is about when there is an issue or topic or statement, then you are agree with that statement or you disagree about that statement, then you only focus on what you believe. For example, you agree with that statement, then you just give a reason, opinions, facts about your belief, what makes you agree, so that audience or your reader can understand or see what you see or see what your perspective. That is simple explanations about analytical exposition. So I give you one more example. For example, there is a statement about online learning is increase your or students' academic achievement. Then if you are agree with that statement, then you just tell the reason. For example, number one, students increase their time management through online learning. And then the second one, students having less stress than through offline learning. If you disagree with that statement, you just give reason one, reason two, reason three, so on and so forth. But make sure one thing that makes your exposition text powerful is that there is facts, there is evidence to support your statement, to support your arguments. Okay, that's a brief explanation about analytical exposition text. We're going to learn further about that, which will be presented through these terms. The first one, we are going to learn about the purpose of analytical exposition text. The second one, the generic structure. Because it is a scientific text, then there must be generic structure. What is the first line, second line, third line, so on and so forth. And then we are going to learn a little bit about language features of analytical exposition text. And then there are also practice that we are going to analyze an exposition text. Yes, you and me, we're going to analyze one exposition text together. And then the last one, there is an announcements or the text that you have to do. Well, this lesson is serious. It might be exist in your midterm, so I want you to take note what is important and collect it at the end of the class through online classroom or through Google Classroom, along with Taksu. Taksu will be announced at the end of the video. So stay tuned. Without further ado, let's get started. Purpose of analytical exposition text, we are going to learn about the generic structure. Because it is a scientific text, then we have to know the structure of this text. The first one would be introductions. The second one is a main body. And then the third one is conclusion or iterations. So basically, introduction is to introduce your thesis statement. Just remember, in the introductions, there is thesis statement. Thesis statement, it means you come up with your topic. For example, the topic is about technology makes human activity easier. That is the topic. Then you are agree with that statement. So you come up with an issue. For example, in introductions, you come up with an issue. Then you say that so technology is very important with important with those features we have, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. So it is introduce your topic or your opinions. And then the second one is main body. Main body is the argumentations, so your opinions, your reasons why you agree or why you disagree. To make your exposition text powerful, at least you have 3 reasons why you agree or why you disagree. It can be more powerful. You can add some facts, evidence to support your arguments. And then the last one would be conclusion or reiterations. So conclusion would be restating your thesis statement, basically, or most of people say in the conclusion, like in short or in summary, in conclusions. So technology is very important, for example, like that. So you restate your belief. Why do you agree? Because blah blah blah. I have explained in the argumentations.
Alright, untuk lebih jelasnya kita akan membahas tentang language features melalui slide, so you can see. Jadi kalian bisa melihat semuanya dengan jelas. Yang pertama adalah memakai present tense. Pasti kalian sudah belajar tentang tenses, dan di sini di teks eksposisi kita menggunakan present tense atau tenses sehari-hari atau tenses untuk general facts seperti itu. Contohnya adalah I eat, he drinks. Jika plural noun kita tidak memakai s, jika singular noun kita memakai s atau es. Kemudian yang kedua adalah use mental verbs such as I believe, I prefer, I agree, I disagree. Mental verb di sini adalah sebagai kata kerja yang tidak terlihat. Jadi abstrak, kata kerja abstrak. Dan hanya bisa dirasakan, seperti saya percaya. Kepercayaan itu tidak bisa dilihat. Kemudian I prefer, I agree, saya setuju, saya tidak setuju, saya ragu, I doubt. Kemudian yang ketiga adalah use saying verbs to support arguments such as people say, it is said, experts stated that. Di sini sebagai evidence atau bukti atas reason kalian. Kemudian using connecting words to link arguments so that the flow of arguments is logical and fluent, such as furthermore, therefore, additionally, moreover, then. Connecting di sini bekerja sebagai bridge, jembatan antara kalimat yang satu dengan kalimat yang lain, ataupun dari paragraf satu dengan paragraf yang lain, ide yang satu dengan ide yang lain, sehingga bisa membuat atau menciptakan flow atau alur dari pembaca itu bisa membaca tulisan kalian itu lebih baik, lebih natural, seperti itu. Kemudian yang terakhir adalah using casual conjunction to indicate a cause or reason of what being said, such as because, due to, despite, in this case, even though. Nah, di sini conjunction itu bekerja sebagai casual, jadi ada timbal balik, ada cause dan effects-nya, seperti itu.
Now we have understand the purpose, the genre structure, and language features in analytical exposition text. So we come to the next session that you and me, are going to analyze the text, an exposition text together. So here's the text.
Alright, kita akan sama-sama menganalisis teks eksposisi berjudul Students should eat breakfast every day. Apakah benar murid itu harus memakan breakfast atau sarapan setiap hari? Do you agree or disagree? Tapi kita bisa lihat di analisis selanjutnya menggunakan generic structure. Nah, kita bisa lihat dari analisis ini. Maaf kalau misalnya kurang jelas. Mari kita baca sama-sama saja. Untuk yang pertama ada text organization-nya, introductions, dimana tadi dalam introduction itu pasti ada thesis statement atau pernyataan awal. Di teks ini, students should eat breakfast every day, penulisnya itu setuju bahwa murid itu harus memakan sarapan setiap hari. Dengan kita lihat language features-nya itu ada mental verb, I believe that everyone should eat breakfast before going to their activities. The purpose of this paper is to show the importance of breakfast, especially for students. Nah, kemudian ada conjunctive, especially untuk penekanan. A lot of people, especially young people, go through the day without having breakfast. Kemudian yang kedua ada text organization-nya itu arguments yang pertama. The first reason, conjunctive relations-nya itu ada the first reason tadi sebagai bridge juga, sebagai connector juga bisa. Jadi menghubungkan dari satu paragraf ke paragraf yang lain untuk menciptakan flow tadi, menciptakan alur supaya dibacanya lebih baik, lebih enak, dan lebih natural. Kemudian ada kata it is very important. Jadi lagi-lagi penulis ingin menekankan bahwa apa yang menjadi klaimnya dia itu benar dan penting gitu. Yang kedua, ada argumen yang kedua yaitu dengan ditunjukkan dengan another reason sebagai conjunctive relations, another reason. Kemudian ada casual conjunctive-nya, because tadi itu sebagai feedback atau adanya timbal balik dari cause and effect. Kemudian yang terakhir adalah text organization-nya itu ada reiteration atau restate the thesis statement. Basically ini adalah conclusion. Jadi ditandai dengan ada kata in conclusion sebagai conjunctive relations-nya. Kemudian dia merestate kembali thesis statement-nya atau pernyataan awalnya dengan is the most important meal sebagai klaimnya yang pertama. Jadi inilah sedikit contoh tentang eksposisi teks yang tidak terlalu panjang, tapi lumayan bisa mengcover semua generic structure dan juga language features-nya.
Good job! We have practiced together and you have analyzed an exposition text. It means now your task is to make one analytical exposition text by choosing one of these themes. So we can see the next slide, so you can see the details of assignments. Good luck!